We have recently learned that Oleksandr Usyk would only lose his undisputed heavyweight title 2 weeks after winning it at Showbiz. The adult expressed how the most recent news has affected him and has left him enraged.
They're stripping Oleksandr Usyk. He just became undisputed. We can't have a reigning undisputed heavyweight champion for shit, man!
What then made the governor bodies decide to revoke Usyk's titles exists something that we are unaware of. Stay on and watch as we learn in this video that Oleksandr defeated Tyson Fury in a split decision in Saudi Arabia just last week to claim the undisputed heavyweight belt. Usyk is the first champion in the 4-belt period and the first to go undefeated in a quarter of a century. It was all expected of him to keep the title through the October rematch, at the very least. It turns out that that's not going to happen in athletics. The IBF heavyweight world title will be taken away from Oleksandr Usyk within the next 2 weeks, according to Michael Benson's recent social media posts. Filip Hrgović and Daniel Dubois are scheduled to defend the title on June 1st, with Anthony Joshua most likely to challenge the victor. Hrgović is necessary and long overdue. After defeating Fury to win the WBC championship, Usyk became the undisputed champion. However, before he returns to the ring, he would lose the IBF title. Fury and Usyk will need some time to recover as the rematch is scheduled for autumn. We'll go back, take a break, and resume in October. Fury stated following his loss, "I think I won the fight," while Usyk wasn't prepared to discuss the rematch. "I'm not thinking about boxing right now, but after the Fury fight, when people asked if there would be a rematch, I said, yes, of course, he's not worked for 9 months. We still have plenty of time to have a good fight." But Filip Hrgović isn't willing to wait that long because the Croatian is the mandatory title for the IBF. It is anticipated that challenger and Usyk belt will be released in time for Hrgović to challenge Daniel Dubois for the title in the first part of June. After Hrgović defeats Dubois, the winner is anticipated to face Anthony Joshua in September, with Usyk and Fury slotting it out the following month. Regarding whether the victor of that rematch would go on to try to win back the IBF title, that information is currently unavailable. He's accomplished something that no one else has. After the fight, promoter Frank Warren told Sky Sports that all 4 of the belts were on the line. "After that, I'm pretty confident they'll break apart, and it will happen once again." He continued by saying that Joshua can stay in the running as long as he continues to win fights like Hrgović and Dubois, which is fantastic fights, and that everyone will be satisfied with the opponent the winner faces. "We're in such a good place as a sport, and there's such good things happening that you just can't see it ending because there are so many good fights to be made," the speaker said. Warren went on, saying that Frank Warren believes boxing is in a fantastic position. In response to Michael Benson's post, fans aren't exactly enthused. Usyk was the first undisputed heavyweight champion in 25 years, and he'll lose the title in 2 weeks. Many people were reacting angrily to his loss of undisputed status, and one user quickly added, "No wonder the sport is such a mess." Another commenter said that boxing belts are ridiculous. For 2 weeks, the first unchallenged champion in 25 years, he is unable to even hold onto the title. All that effort was written by another person, just to be removed. What use does a rematch serve? Boxing. Additionally, the adult expressed his opinion on YouTube Showbiz. Showbiz. The adult voiced his deep displeasure at Usyk losing his IBF heavyweight championship. His argument was that numerous titles were no longer important, and that the real focus should be on finding the strongest fighter through actual bouts. Shortly after becoming the undisputed champion, Usyk was stripped of the title by the sanctioning bodies, especially the IBF, which he denounced. Showbiz highlighted that taking the championship away from Usyk would betray the ethics of sports since he had recently defended it against the heavyweight champion by default, Tyson Fury. Showbiz called attention to the ridiculousness of the situation by pointing out that Usyk was entitled to a rematch with Fury by default, which should have guaranteed him the title of undisputed champion. He was upset that the rematch would not be for the undisputed championship, which diminished the importance of the titles and the game. Decisions such as these, in his opinion, devalued the titles, which ought to stand for the finest boxers in the world. He also talked about the financial reasons for these choices, stating that the IBF would profit more from having the top fighters retain their titles rather than rotating them around. Showbiz expressed regret about the belt's declining value, saying they were no longer indicative of the top bouts in the heavyweight class. In his parting words, he expressed his dissatisfaction and unhappiness with the current status of boxing, implying that the titles now mean more to money and politics than to honoring the finest boxers. Even after losing to Usyk, Showbiz observed that Tyson Fury was still among the greatest heavyweights of his time. He said that Usyk's title deprivation deprives both boxers and fans of an important and historic battle, and that Fury ought to have been given the chance to defend the uncontested title in a rematch. Promoting a return to a more direct and merit-based system for selecting the top fighters in the sport, Showbiz stated a wish to go past the titles and concentrate just on the caliber of the bouts. In just 2 weeks, Usyk will lose his belts and undisputed title, which will disappoint him, but he has already won the respect and affection of the boxing community. Usyk's training partner for this bout, former heavyweight champion Vladimir Klitschko, said he was proud of us. Usyk's performance and victory over Tyson Fury. He highlighted Usyk's tenacity and talent in sealing the deal in the closing moments, emphasizing that the win was important not only for him personally, but also for Ukrainians. Oleksandr found it extremely challenging to get close to Tyson Fury in order to deliver the punches he desired. In the 9th round, he nearly finished with Fury. Klitschko observed that as the bout went on, Usyk found it increasingly difficult to land punches against the larger and more powerful Tyson Fury. He conceded that there was a crucial moment in the fight when Usyk came dangerously close to finishing Fury in the 10th round. Klitschko was questioned if the fight could have ended when Usyk had Fury in difficulties, and he responded with amazement and appreciation for Fury's ability to withstand and keep fighting despite the massive blows from Usyk. Klitschko acknowledged that it was conceivable and thought Usyk had more chances to stop Fury early in the fight, proving his superiority. He nonetheless expressed admiration for the combatant's efforts and tenacity. Klitschko talked about how talented sportsmen from Ukraine have historically excelled in a variety of sports, including boxing. He praised Usyk's accomplishments in the sport and ranked him among the best athletes in Ukraine. Klitschko was certain that Usyk had done sufficient to win. Speaking on Usyk's legacy, he was adamant that Usyk's performance deserved to win when the fight got to the scorecard. Klitschko emphasized his successes, which included defeating Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua twice as the underdog. He also won the World Boxing Super Series as a cruiserweight. It is headed toward being one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, he said. Klitschko disclosed that he trusted Usyk to know what needed to be done and carry out his plan well, so he did not offer any specific guidance to the fighter prior to the bout. He conveyed his satisfaction in Usyk's accomplishments and his demeanor in the ring. In addition to praising Usyk after his win, Teddy Atlas, the former trainer of Mike Tyson, said, "It really did. And I picked Usyk to win. But I mean, it couldn't. It was very close. The reason I picked Usyk, and at the end, it was kind of telling." Atlas said that although the bout being extremely close, he had projected Usyk would win. He conceded that Fury was a strong opponent due to his physical advantages, such as his stature and reach. Atlas, however, saw that Usyk possessed an intangible advantage over the other that provided him the capacity to win this intangible. Usyk's career has been marked by talent, as demonstrated by his Olympic triumphs, unification of the cruiserweight class, and subsequent ascent to the top of the heavyweight category. Atlas claims that his perseverance and ability to find a way to succeed even when the odds are stacked against him are his greatest assets. He maintained that this attribute is vital, that it cannot be quantified or captured by conventional measurements. Usyk's journey from winning titles in several countries to defeating more formidable opponents in the heat of combat serves as an example of this winning mentality. Despite Fury's advantages, Atlas observed that Usyk was able to enter and land without suffering any serious damage. He demonstrated Usyk's ability to deliver counterpunches and attacks that Fury wasn't expecting, which may be more potent than just brute force, by landing clean blows. Usyk's success was largely due to his tactical precision and ability to seize opportunities. According to Atlas, Usyk's knockdown was especially significant since it showed that he could still inflict damage on Fury without being a conventionally strong puncher. With precise, unanticipated strikes, Usyk was able to have a big influence on the battle. Atlas restated that a key element in Usyk's triumph was his ability to land these kinds of punches. The boxing community is pleased with the outcome, and Usyk certainly deserved to win. However, what are your feelings on Usyk losing his undisputed title? What are your thoughts about it? Tell us in the comments below. All of that for now. Remember to subscribe to and like the channel. To ensure that you never miss any more videos like this, turn on the bell for the most recent notifications. We appreciate your time, and we'll see you